So, right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another live show. And it's the team analysis. We are done. It's the Maha Mukabla tomorrow. It's India versus Pakistan. As you can see in my screen, it is. We are all waiting for this, and it starts tomorrow at 3 p.m. In the Indian Standard Time, even in the Sri Lankan Standard Time at Palekeli. So I have the guest with me, Rohan, who is about to come in some time because of some personal reasons. Till then, let's kickstart the proceedings. India, Pakistan, all the viewers who are coming, definitely you're most welcome in the comment section. Do give your views of what you think. Will India, Pakistan be so? And I just can't wait. Me being a supporter, a die-hard Indian cricket fan, I just can't wait for the toss to proceed. The national anthem. That is the biggest thing that gives me the goosebumps more than the first ball. It is the national anthem when all the 22 players, along with the three umpires, with the match referee, all stand together and the full fans, they're all up there, and it's the national anthem being sung by more than 20, 30,000 people at the Palakili Stadium. All the Indian fans will be there as much as they can, and I can tell you it's going to be a cracker. Fingers crossed. I just hope the weather stays away. Weather एक spoil sport हो सकता है जरूर, लेकिन हम लोग चाहते हैं कि weather बीच में ना आए, because this is a blockbuster. We all wait for these kind of days. 2nd September, a blockbuster day. 10th September, potentially India Pakistan facing each other once again, a blockbuster game. Again, 17th September, the final. We would expect India to qualify. If Pakistan does as well, another India Pakistan game. So fingers crossed. It is, I think, it is the first India Pakistan game out of the three in this Asia Cup. I won't wait much until the guest comes. I'll proceed things. I'll wait for every single person that is in the live session to give in your comments out here. So let's proceed. What's following next is a squad. It's the squad for the India and Pakistan, as you can see in the TV screen. India, it's a squad that has been on paper picking themselves. If you look, we haven't played a single game yet. Pakistan has played one game, and they won that comprehensively versus Nepal, dominated that game, 238 runs victory. But India, looking into this, I think it's a very settled squad. You may think that Yuzvendra Chahal has not been picked. KL Rahul has been injured here and there. But this squad is a 17-member squad. Mind you, two of these players will be missing in the ICC Cricket World Cup. I don't know who two of them will be, but I can definitely see one of them will be Prasidh Krishna. Who will be the other? Will it be Tilak Verma or will it be Surya Kumar Yadav? Will be interesting to see, because I see the other players are picking themselves. We will have to wait and see how these players, the bunch of 17 players, if all of them plays or not, how they performs in this Asia Cup. Form will be important. Being injury free will be important, and आगे बहुत कुछ we have to see. And going forward, Hardik Pandya, an important player, being the vice captain, Rohit Sharma being the captain, Shubman Gill, the prince. How important will he be at the top of the order? I think India will continue with Rohit and Shubman being the openers going forward in the Asia Cup as well as in the World Cup. Virat Kohli, man, he doesn't need any introduction, does he? And I think that he's going to be somebody we will all be keeping our eyes on, especially tomorrow versus Pakistan. Virat Kohli is somebody we all look forward to. Shreyas Iyer, Tilak Verma, Surya Kumar Yadav. I think Surya Kumar Yadav and Tilak Verma tomorrow will definitely not be in contention. I feel later on in the tournament, if Shreyas doesn't hit form, they might be in contention, especially Tilak being a left-handed batsman. Shreyas Iyer coming back from injury, and Rahul Dravid declaring him completely fit. I think that's a bonus, and he's nailed to be there in the number 4 position. The wicket keepers, Ishan Kishan, I think he's going to definitely play tomorrow. In the middle order, KL Rahul will be missing the first leg, especially against Pakistan and Nepal. Then he will be assessed, and then we'll be see what happens in the Super Fours. The all-rounding section, Hardik Pandya, Jadeja, these two will definitely play. We have to see what India does with the combination. Do they play an extra batter, like an extra all-rounder with the likes of Akshar Patel or Shardul Thakur? Or do we go with the full strength of 4 bowlers, 3 pacers and 1 spinner? That is Kuldeep Yadav being the leading spinner, and the 3 pacers, Shami, Siraj and Bumrah, in my opinion, will definitely play. Looking into Pakistan, I don't see any changes in their playing 11. What they played versus UAE. Though it was in Pakistan, but you don't change a winning combination, do you? And I think that they will go all guns blazing. It's India against them, so they will give their 200% if they have given the 150% versus UAE. We proceed. What's next? I'm waiting for questions. If there is anybody watching this live session, you can definitely go on with your questions in the comment section. Next is, where will this match be played? It's the Palakelli International Cricket Stadium. Yes, this is live pictures of what we witnessed today afternoon. This is the pitch getting ready. It's a center pitch. If you can see the center pitch getting ready, and there's one more pitch just next to that, which is getting rolled. I think that's pitch number 2 that's going to be kept in case pitch number 1 has any difficulties. I think it's the used pitch that was played Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh yesterday. So ये pitch used है. मेरे हिसाब से इस पिच पे टर्न होगा, बहुत ग्रिप हो रहा था सेकेंड इनिंग्स पे स्पेशली, एंड आई थिंक दैट दिस पिच विल गिव अ लॉट ऑफ टर्न एंड बाउंस. सो देखना पड़ेगा क्या हो सकता है इस पिच पे. लेकिन व्हाट interesting I would be looking into is that what combination both the teams going to. 3 pacers each. दोनों टीम क्या तीनों पेसर्स खिलाएंगे, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होगा मेरे हिसाब से. आगे जाके देखते हैं क्या होता है. बट आई थिंक इफ द वेदर डजंट कम इन बिटवीन, India Pakistan always is a cracker of a match. And let's go on to the next slide. This is a slide which I don't want to see tomorrow. None of the India Pakistan fans want to see this slide. That is rain. We don't want to see rain coming into the game. India Pakistan, not only India Pakistan, any cricket game is a competitive cricket game. You don't want rain to spoil sport, do you? And I don't want rain to come into. And I think that's what will spoil the mood of all the cricket fans, because we will be waiting eagerly for the first ball to be bowled, as I said, a national anthem to be there. And I just can't wait. I just can't wait for things to proceed. Do you? And Palakelli International Cricket Stadium, a very, very famous one in Kandy. This stadium has hosted a lot of international games. They have recently hosted the Lanka Premier League. Now it's the International Forum in till the Super Fours, Sri Lanka's home ground, and many of the matches will be played at this venue. So yes, we will see a lot of games being played here. Apart from Pakistan, Pakistan will have the first leg taken place, Lahore and Multan. After that, every single match will be played in Colombo in the second leg in the Super Fours. Till then, we will have most of the games at this very stadium, in the Palakelli International Stadium. Tomorrow, weather doesn't look good. I must tell you, I will proceed further when the guest arrives, but weather doesn't look good. Fingers crossed the rain gods stay away. I just hope rain gods stay away for tomorrow. We would want a full strength India-Pakistan clash like we had before. Goosebumps all around. Players are excited. Fans are excited. Social media is erupting. Everything should be up top to the mark. Do you want? Let me know in the comment section how badly are you waiting for an India-Pakistan thriller tomorrow, where Virat Kohli will face off Haris Rao. Rohit Sharma will face off Shaheen Shah Afridi. You have Shadab Khan versus Shreyas Iyer. You have Babar Azam versus Jasprit Bumrah, who is coming back from injury. How big a bonus will be Jasprit Bumrah's inclusion in a bowling attack. Shami, Siraj, both have been in top form, especially Siraj in the white ball format. So we will have to wait and see many things. But this is one of the most important things, is that a playing 11, a set playing 11. We have seen experts saying that you don't want to change a set playing 11 going forward, no matter what. No more experiments. I don't expect any more experiments going forward, but we will wait and see what happens till the guest comes in. Palakelli Stadium, I must tell you, is one of the most great stadiums in Sri Lanka. Let's move forward. What's next? It's 5 ODIs. We look into the forms of these two sides going into this mega event of India versus Pakistan. I'll start with India. India haven't played an Asia Cup game this time in this tournament, but recently they went to West Indies. Then we played Australia way back before the World Test Championship final, even before the IPL. And I see that India haven't have a good run. We have won only 2 games in our last 5 ODI games. So you tend to change your form, you tend to change your momentum. और आप बेहतर खेल सकते तभी जब आप ग्राउंड पे है. And these players are match winners. We have seen most of them have been leading their franchise in the IPL. Most few of them have been part of the test side as well in the World Test Championship final. So we have to wait and see what happens. But Australia was a big defeat in the second and third ODI. It was, especially in the second ODI, they won like by 10 wickets. Then you have versus West Indies. The first ODI we won comprehensively. Then the second and the third ODI we rested a few players, and the series went on to the decider. So देखते क्या होता है. I'll go into Pakistan. Before that, the much awaited, the guest is here. So I would want to introduce him before we proceed. So welcome. It is none other than Rohan, as you can see in the screen as well. Welcome, Rohan, to the live show once again. How is it? How is India versus Pakistan feeling?
First of all, thank you, Pritham. We all been waiting for this, man. Since the 2019 World Cup, India Pakistan have not played a ODI. So hopefully, if the weather allows, it will be a good game to watch. Let's hope for the best and keep the fingers crossed.
Absolutely. I was discussing till you joined, and I'll not wait and I'll proceed with it. That is, we move on to the squads. It is the
Hmm.
next one is a squad, a short overview on the squads. What, how big an inclusion is Jasprit Bumrah to the bowling attack?
See, man. When he wasn't there, the miss we felt it. Like just see, he can get you wickets at any point of time, right? With the new ball, power play, middle overs, death overs. I mean, a wicket taker like him is always much valued asset that we have. So Jussie will be eagerly watched. I know he played the T20s versus Ireland, but against Pakistan ODI cricket, I mean, not just have to bowl 10 overs, but he has to field 50 overs also, right? So that's a proper
Yeah.
test of his fitness, everything. So let's hope for the best. He stays fit because Asia Cup or whatever, it's just I'll say a warm up towards the big one, the World Cup. That's more higher priority for us and important. So let's hope he gets into his
Yeah.
rhythm, gets into his groove, and he's at his peak when the World Cup's there.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree. And one more thing is that Hardik Pandya being the vice captain, Rohit Sharma being the captain, former Mumbai Indians teammates. Right now, they are captains of the respective franchisee. We'll come to
Yeah.
Virat Kohli, but how important is Hardik Pandya's all-round experience, not just with the bat, not just with the ball, in the field as well? How important will he be?
See, Hardik, when he wasn't there, again, we missed that kind of key guy who was giving you that utility value. He could bowl it with the new ball. He has started bowling with the new ball in the IPL we saw, or prior to his injury in the Indian team also, he was bowling 4-5 overs to the new ball in ODIs. So when he does that, what we can do is sometimes use just his few overs in the middle also. That gives us that flexibility to mix and match with our bowling attack, right? So when Hardik is fit, he gives that good balance to the team, man. Not just with his batting, as you said, with the ball, and also is a very good fielder at in the deep with Virat and him. I think in the long on position. I think that gives that wonderful clarity to a fielding side that there are some two gun fielders there, man, where we can save runs. Not I'm not even talking about Sir Jadeja in the field there. He is another greatest asset that we have, where opposition will be very beware of the threat that he possesses. So Hardik influence, especially since his captaincy stint. I know GT won, but irrespective of they won or not, the calmness that he has showed, the responsibility that he has taken to bat bit higher up the order, adapt to the situations. He wasn't this flamboyant kind of a player who used to just go for those big shots. But you can see he has read the situations well when he has to temper down the game. So those things, that's what you want to see in players evolve. So Hardik Pandya being fit, he gives you all these options, and that is what we need a fit Hardik also. I feel he'll be another key member leading into the World Cup. The fitness of Hardik Pandya will be a huge factor for Team India's progress this World Cup too, not just the Asia Cup.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are looking into the bigger picture, as you mentioned, the World Cup as well. But Pakistan, a very well maintained side, they are ready. I see, like the experts have mentioned as well. After a long time, we are seeing a set Pakistan playing 11. players are picking themselves. They know what role they have, and this is really good to see as a neutral point of view, not as an Indian point of view. But any changes you are expecting in the Pakistan playing 11? We'll come to the playing 11 later on. From this squad, do you see any the likes of Usama Mir maybe interest in place of Mohammad Nawaz, or players are playing themselves in the playing 11?
See, they are well-oiled machine, man. I mean, the only thing that can decide will be the conditions. If it's a bit drier, I think they will stick with Nawaz. As an Indian, we love Nawaz if he's in the squad, man. I mean, we have good memories of belting him well in the T20 World Cup, as well as the last Asia Cup, I think, where
Asia Cup.
Hardik hit him in the last
Hardik
over,
Pandya. Yeah,
right? So,
yeah.
yeah. So it's like, you have Shaheen, Naseem, and Harris, three quality fast bowlers. I mean, fast in the sense 90 plus miles easily. So the weakness will be the fifth bowler. I know Shadab is there, but if you can target someone, you'll always look to bank upon the fifth bowler whom you can utilize and score quicker. So Nawaz will be that weak link that any opposition will target for sure. But or else they have someone other Fahim, Ashraf, and all those guys. But you can't rely upon them to be as effective. They need conditions to be at their best. So on flatter
Yeah.
pitches, they may struggle. I mean, Pallikele may help them because it's been too paced and those cutters can come into play. But good flat Colombo, Premadasa, or some of the Indian pitches here, that thing can be exposed in terms of their bowling attack. But Pakistan, I'll tell you honestly, I know as an Indian we may argue at times, but Pakistan start favorites to me for sure in this Asia Cup because they've been in Sri Lanka, played against them, had a series versus Afghanistan, so they're used to the conditions. And I'm not even talking about the LPL experience a few of their players had there. So Pakistan start favorites, but we know it's on the day, the pressure, all those things will come into picture, and that's where I think hope India being a bit more calmer should be ahead.
Absolutely, and I absolutely agree to this point. क्योंकि मेरे हिसाब से पाकिस्तान have not only played versus Sri Lanka, they have a very well maintained side, and even I agree to this that Pakistan are slight favorites, but you can never say anybody has the edge because India Pakistan मतलब भी 50-50 है. कोई डाउट ही नहीं है, किसी को edge नहीं दे सकते. It's a thriller. Now we move on to this stadium, Palekeli International Cricket Stadium. This is Rohan live pictures from what we have seen in the afternoon. That is, I think it's going to be the center pitch once again, the used pitch, which was played yesterday, Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh. Firbi, if you look into the third pitch, it has been rolled. I think is it for the practice session or is it for just to keep one more pitch reserved? मेरे हिसाब से if it's a used pitch, do you see same conditions spinning in the first half and under the lights a ball seaming around? So toss will be crucial. Do you think so?
Very valid point you brought up there, Pritham. I mean, if it's a used pitch, as we know, it's already too paced and tacky a bit surface. So ball will hold up. Batting will not be as easy. We won't see those 300 kind of scores for sure, like in Multan. This will be the 250 kind of a pitch where if you get that, it will be a par score. I feel for the conditions there. But rain will
Yeah.
be a factor. If rain will be there, DLS will be coming into consideration. So generally, teams will like to chase and have a target in front of them. So let's see. I think teams that win the toss may like to bowl here, given the rain conditions, I'll say. But all else, I would love to bat. If it's such a pitch, if it's holding on, it may get tougher later on, is what will be the assumption. But just thinking ahead, Pakistan are not such a good chasing team. Under pressure, you put them, they kind of break down very easily if you get Babar early. So India will be pretty happy if they have to chase. They have the chase master, which we all will be waiting for that huge matchup. But if India is batting first, I think they won't mind so much. Just to be careful with the new ball, and rest will take care of itself, I'll feel.
Correct, and absolutely I agree. And just like you brought in the weather and DLS, we don't want to look into these pictures, do you? And as an Indian cricketer and Pakistan fans, you don't want covers coming into the field for a single moment. But tomorrow's weather is not good, and I'll proceed to that later on. But as a neutral fan, not just India versus Pakistan, as a neutral fan, if you want to watch an England versus South Africa or Australia versus England, do you want rain to spoil even for 5 minutes?
Nah, I mean, see, that's the nature of sports. sport that we play watch also, right? It's outdoor sport, rain and all other factors, wind, etc., not in your hands. You have to adjust to those. So you play around with those conditions, how whatever you get. But as you said, if you're a neutral fan or a passionate any team fan also, you want to watch a full game, see who is the best on the day to win, rather than all these factors coming into picture. We feel like XYZ would have happened, this would have happened, and all those conversations will start. So if it's a clear day and stuff like that, you see you play well, you win. So that kind of stops all those talks, you can say. But can't help it if it's rainy or what do you call on and off kind of intermittent stoppages we may have. It may break the game, the momentum of the game for a viewer as well as the players. But let's see, you're not sure how many overs you may get. Will you get a full game? All those are question marks. But end of the day, we just hope it's a good game. And if in case there's a winner, we want to know like it should be the team that you are supporting.
Absolutely. And while we proceed with the next slides, we have a fan question and a very interesting one, and I would look into. It says that, do you think both teams will play serious cricket tomorrow, considering both will move on to the next round? Will keep themselves fit and fresh for the next round. So this fan I'm sure is an Indian, but
Right.
is expecting India and Pakistan to proceed to the next round, and which I think most of the fans will definitely expect that, but not to absolutely not to respect Nepal. But do you think that India or Pakistan will even think for once? Chalo rest kar diya Hardik Pandya ko, chalo rest kar diya Shadab Khan ko on a high voltage game of India versus Pakistan.
See, unless there's a niggle injury or any such thing, I don't see anybody getting rested or staying away from the game. I mean, India Pakistan, man, forget it's a Asia Cup or anything. Even if it's a kabaddi match, everybody will want to see a proper fighty game there, man.
Full
We
strength,
saw
right?
that in the emerging cup also. There was that there was that needle there. So no one's going to take it easy. The fans will definitely not allow the players to take it easy. Okay, how much our relaxed they are, whatever. From the time the players are in the hotel to towards the ground, you will get all those bus drivers or spectators, fans saying, "Sir, India, Pakistan, you need to win, sir." All those pressures will start to come in slowly, whether you like it or not. You can put your earphones, etc., but there will never be a India Pakistan game that will be taken lightly for the players. Definitely not, man. Just imagine if they take it lightly and lose, whichever team. Can you imagine the backlash? I know it may be a league game, you may qualify to the next round, but losing a game, people won't easily let off so easily to the players also, right? So yeah, what he brought up point is valid, I agree for that. But India Pakistan, man, do you think of those points when it's an India Pakistan game? To be honest, no. You would have some other series and stuff, you may experiment is the word I'll say. But tomorrow I don't think so that may happen unless there are injuries or anything. Not sure about Shaheen's injury yet. Any update on that?
We'll come to that. As you brought in, it's a suspense. We'll come to that
Okay.
because it's one of the topics we have in discussion. The next slide we move on to, as you were trying to go down your memory lane as to which game was it where India defeated Pakistan. We'll come to India versus Pakistan head to head. This is the form. This is the form for the last 5 games of India and Pakistan, respectively, in the ODI formats. If you look into India played way back against Australia at home. You remember the second and third ODI before the IPL where we lost it, both of them.
Yeah.
Then we played recently in the Caribbeans. So if you look into the last 5 games, we have won only 2. So you can see it's outside the subcontinent, it's outside nation, but no excuses. Especially versus Australia, we played a full strength side, but not versus West Indies in the second and third ODI. We were shocked to see Rohit and Virat getting rested. But anyways, do you see these forms matter, or is it absolutely to put aside and move on? It's a big game. It's a big tournament. We have to look into the bigger picture.
Yeah, definitely. As you said, that series against West Indies, as you saw, the big two were not playing and rested to give opportunity to the younger ones there, and who utilized also pretty decently. But it's about 2 months to the World Cup. I don't think any of these experiments will go on, to be honest, unless some big injuries happens or anything. But these are all back to back backups is what I feel rather than experiments. You have these contingency plans in case somebody is injured or unavailable, or the conditions may dictate that factor for a player particular being picked. But honestly, no more of those experiments may happen unless it's a smart strategic move, as one of the viewers brought up, not to show your cards up your sleeves maybe. But that will be a kind of a chess game, to be honest, I feel. Let's see. But all those last 5 ODIs, 10 ODIs, those things I honestly don't believe in a lot of this form factors. It's on the day, how well you do, the conditions. That's what dictates the nature of the game that's going to happen. So you hope our players stay fit and adapt to the conditions that will be available. I mean, the group stage is in Pallikele. Then we move on to the Premadasa and Colombo. That's a completely different
Colombo.
condition. We know hot and humid, slow. I mean, good batting pitch, but later on will assist spin. Chasing will be slightly tough, but under lights, some bit of dew may come in to ease the chase at times. So that's where the game will be different. I mean, what happens in Pallikele will stay in Pallikele. Colombo will be completely different. As they said, Super Force is where the game will really begin.
True, and absolutely, and if like we spoke about India, but if you look closely, in Pakistan, 5 games they have played. The 3 ODIs they played against Afghanistan was in Sri Lanka, and the remaining two at the two corners are in Pakistan. So they have proper white ball experience in Asian conditions. And is that the reason you were giving Pakistan a little bit of edge over India tomorrow?
A little bit, yeah, yes, because of that also, and because they're used to the Sri Lankan conditions a lot more. And the bowling attack, if it's too pace, their pace will be a factor. I mean, yes, India has a Bumrah and Siraj may play, but the third seamer will be not as quick as a Naseem or a Harris they have. The spin attacks and the couple of opening bowlers will balance it out. But that one extra fast bowler will be a X factor for Pakistan, is what I feel. I think that's where Pakistan has that slight edge. As you said, I'll say 51-49 maybe.
Okay, okay. No issues with that. We'll proceed. We'll proceed to the next slide. That is something we all were looking for. You were trying to get your memories out there. That is India versus Pakistan head to head. And this is where, if you look into closely, I would want you to remember all the 5 games. We'll go from down. We'll go from 2019 in Manchester. Tell me who was the captain for Pakistan.
Sarfraz.
Yeah, it was Sarfraz Khan who was the captain for Pakistan.
Ahmad.
It was Yes, it was that game where India won comprehensively. It was Rohit Sharma, KL Rahul opening and getting a 100-run partnership. We won that comfortably. Then came the next game, that is the T20 World Cup group stage match. And we all very well know this game, is it? And tell me, what is the highlight for? Do you remember or not?
No, it's gone out of memory, man. We don't not remember this
Okay,
opening spell of Shaheen or that 160
no,
kya
no, no, it
one all
wasn't.
also.
It wasn't. It was in this game. It was in this game.
Oh,
Just to let you know, it was the Arshdeep Singh drop catch in
oh,
short
yeah, yeah,
format.
yeah, the catch, huh?
It was that game where Asif Ali and Mohammad
Yeah,
Nawaz
yeah,
they
yeah,
finished up in style. It was Ravi
yeah.
Krishna bowling and
True.
Arshdeep Singh dropped a dolly. It was this game
Of that
which
lolly
we
catch.
lost.
Yeah.
And then in the Asia Cup, the next game on 28th of August 2022, this game you were mentioning was Hardik Pandya
Huh,
versus Mohammad Nawaz, which we won. After
huh.
that, it was the Asia Cup in 4th September 2022. Can you tell the first over of this game?
The issue. I think this is the one, right? Bhuvi got it right.
No, no. Asia Cup 2022, September 4th. It was somebody trapped Rohit Sharma LBW.
Ah, Rohit to Shaheen, right? Yeah,
Yes, this was the one where Shaheen Shah
yeah,
got
that's one.
KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma in the
And Rohit
first over, or was it KL Rahul in the next over? It was this game,
next over.
and not to mention the last 23rd October 2022, written in the history books. Define that, I would not say um, defining that victory. I would say, what was your real time reaction when those two sixes went out of the stadium, especially the first one being an extraordinary shot? What was your real time experience or real time reaction, if you could remember?
I mean, that was a roller coaster of a game, man. I mean, to start with Arshdeep picking those two wickets of Babar and Rizwan. So India was ahead for the first 10 12 overs. Then I think
10
Shan
overs.
Masood
Yeah.
and who was the other guy who built up Iftikhar,
Yeah.
right?
Iftikhar. Yeah.
Iftikhar built that partnership, got them towards again 130, 140. I felt suddenly last over went for a couple of sixes by Harris and
Shines up.
Shaheen hit those sixes. Suddenly went to 160. We were like, okay, still looks par, but from where they were, they shouldn't have got that 160 is what we felt at the break. But then 2 3 wickets gone. They sent Akshar in ahead. He got run out for that left right combination. Suddenly we are like four down, but we are like still Hardik is there, DK is there, but we all like the hopes was on that one guy who always plays and stands above the rest against Pakistan. But as again similar to Pakistan innings, we knew ki once the ball got a bit older, batting will be a bit more easy in Melbourne, and that was showcasing. I think Hardik took a bit of pressure of Virat in the initial phase, but then that what do you call instinct takes over you, man. You
It
don't
was that shifting of gears in the 11th over of Mohammad Nawaz.
yeah. Yes, of Nawaz again. That where the momentum turned there. But I think about 3 overs, 40 odd we needed, and those sixes happened, man. Of Harris, Shaheen, I think got one. That in between over also he got smacked. But that two sixes, as you said, I've seen Sachin hit Shoaib, in that uppercut at Centurion in 2003
Yeah.
World Cup, which was one of the greatest shots ever played for me. But if
Yeah.
you see this, there Shoaib's pace was utilized to hit that shot behind square. Here, against a guy like Harris Rauf bowling back of a length, to hit a straight batted six down the ground, oh long on. I mean, 99% of the people might go for a pull shot for that shot, man, that ball. This guy hit it
Yeah.
straight.
And
Kudos to him. I
like
mean,
he was
I
asked
think,
that was it
yeah,
like he was asked that was it a premeditated shot? He is like, no, it went just instinct. I watched the ball and I played it
yeah,
as if he has played 100 times that before in the nets. But how can you play that shot in an Australian surface where a bowler is bowling
yeah,
145 clicks, and not to mention this, it was a slower delivery. So you can't expect
yeah,
a bowler like Harris to take your pace off. You're moving away from the stumps and hitting that straight down the ground exactly on the side screen. Tremendous. And the second six, you can say that yes, he played through the line and it
yeah,
went top edge for six. But the first one was extraordinary. And then in the next over, many of the cricketers, if you watch closely, Rohit Sharma standing outside the ground, in that no ball, in the free hit which went off the stumps and we picked 3 runs. Rohit
yeah,
Sharma was like, "Kya hua?" Most of the players will not be able to pick that. That if it's a free hit, it goes off the stumps, you can still take runs. If it goes to the fence, it's a boundary. And like
yes,
Rizwan and all were like, oh, is it allowed? Yes, it is allowed. It's in the rules book, rule books. But it's just that presence of mind you need from a player like Virat, or you expect from a player like Virat. 90,000 people. It was sold out in Melbourne, just like we will witness it sold out in Ahmedabad as well. So you will expect this. And what a game that was versus Pakistan. It was the shortest format of the game, no problem with that. But do you expect King Kohli to stand on top tomorrow once again versus Pakistan?
see, as you said, under pressure he delivered, right? So great players like Virat or even Rohit or even in the past Sachin Paji, when the challenges are tougher and bigger, that's when they stand up, man. And when the conditions are good or flat, the great players at times, even somebody like a Sehwag, I used to observe a lot. They used to get bored a bit of this flatness or something. They should try something and get out. So the bigger the
Yeah.
challenge, the bigger the occasion, these guys stand up, man. I mean, that's the beauty of these players. That's why you remember them, right? I mean, due respect to Babar Azam, when you're watching a peak Virat Kohli or a peak Rohit Sharma, they should dominate bowling attacks. As a viewer, irrespective of an Indian award, as a neutral fan, you watch, these guys were these Dada players. They used to bully the bowler. When a Babar is at his peak, that is now at this age of time, you don't see him bullied. Yeah, maybe Nepal, yeah. But it's quality bowling like an Australian attack or a England attack or a South African attack. You don't see him bully that. I think that's where that little difference I see by Babar again the Fab Four that were there in Smith or Root, Virat. They used to bully a bowler at their peak. I mean that's where Babar has to lift his game a little bit, but still he's a work and progress for me. But that's where I felt Virat Kohli. Maybe if not tomorrow or the other Super Four match, if in case it's India Park final, trust me, my money will be on Virat Kohli.
Everyone will expect him to be on top tomorrow. But moving on is something which, just in short, we would not want to see tomorrow. That is the weather. The weather doesn't look
Hmm.
good tomorrow in the afternoon as well as in the evening. Things are looking like 75-80% chances of rain. But if you look into the afternoon, it's chances where the proceedings will begin. And Sri Lanka is just like Indian, some of the grounds as well, they cover the whole ground. They have a lot of good ground staffs, but still, in a high voltage game, we saw a glimpse of rain yesterday as well, during the Bangladesh batting as well. But tomorrow, we will pray to the rain gods to please stay away. We will want 100 overs of proper cricket. We would love to see 100 overs going down to the wire, but still, at least a 95 overs of proper cricket tomorrow, at least. What's your take on the rain gods, especially in the afternoon? Do you want DLS to come into? And if it is over cloudy, do you see toss being a more crucial thing if winning the toss and electing to bowl? Or do you still want to win the toss and bat first? Does conditions or cloud over cloud matter in terms of deciding what to do for the toss?
Definitely, man. If it's overcast and as you say, the weather report is there, it'll be a bit rainy on and off. Then definitely toss will be a matter, and the team will look to chase to keep in mind that DLS method and the target in front of them. But 100 overs, I feel it's a long shot to be honest. Um, I sincerely hope, like, if not a 50-over game, at least a curtailed game of a 30 over or something like that, or the minimum that's required nowadays for a 20 over at least. Uh, but again, the chances if there's rain and if the outfield is a bit sluggish or skiddy kind of, players may not push themselves so much because it's still the start of the tournament. You don't want to get injured trying to save one odd run here and there at the start of a tournament where still the super force and the bigger games are still to come, and not to mention the World Cup itself. So players may go a bit cautious, to be honest, I feel, if you ask me personally. But as a fan, we want the full 100 overs, but realistically, don't expect complete full game, man.
That's true, but still, we would want rain to stay away in short words. Next is something we all Indian fans have been looking closely. Are there any injury scares or player updates on these two pictures on screen? KL Rahul, will come first to him, not available for the first two games. And in the social media, especially a lot of Indian fans are getting very furious as to if he's not 100% fit, then why has he been included in the squad? What's your take on this? Has India taken or BCCI taking a right decision to keep him in the groove? Because we also are looking into the bigger picture of the World Cup, and him being fit in the absence of Rishabh Pant is very crucial. Or do you see a temporary change of, if he's not fit in the Asia Cup, keeping aside and getting Sanju Samson straight away? There are a lot of Sanju Samson fans in the social media, I must tell you. But what's your take on KL Rahul not being fit for the first two games, but still being part of the 17-member squad of the Asia Cup?
First of all, I'm happy that the BCCI management is pretty transparent with the injuries, man. Or else we never know what's the updates on any players. So at least they are honest enough to say he's not available for the first two games. So again, it's an opportunity for somebody else. I feel, yes, as a Sanju Samson fan, people will bring out his numbers, etc. But I think leading up to World Cup, last maybe 8-9 games are left. We want a settled unit, man, settled batting order. So I think they will not like to tinker around a lot much. KL has been batting at number 5, so I think they may like to put someone like a Ishan Kishan there, who is an third opening option that we'll be getting into. So I think they want to give him a more chance. I know people may like to compare him and Sanju again, but the kid's done well, man. Whenever given a chance, I mean, Sanju at times now he looks $1 billion. but he plays some rash shot and you kind of gets frustrated. You want him to like he stays and you want him to get those big scores, make himself like undroppable. But he gives those chances for a selector or a fan at times to get tear your hair off. What was that? What was the requirement of that? Ishan at times
Yep.
he's like a hero or a zero. You'll get a big score from him or nothing else, right? So and it's a temporary fix is what I feel. KL should come in after the group stages there. And KL before his injury he was a wonderful number 5 man. You see his numbers, he has done well as a keeper also has improved. I mean, he gives me that another Rahul that we had, who is a current coach now, who used to do anything and everything for the team, man. He kept wickets when nobody was there when Dada asked him for. So KL, just to give that balance, I know if Rishabh was fit, he would be a number 1 choice. But KL has done well in whatever opportunity he has had, man. So I hope Rahul come the Super Force. I know that's more pressure games. Sri Lankan conditions, especially Colombo, humid conditions will be a real test for him. Keep 50 overs and come back to bat for the rest of the innings, whatever is there. That's a huge challenge for him. I think that's where the real fitness will come, not in your gym or net sessions. Sri Lankan conditions, you stay fit there, man. That's enough for any fan or a fitness trainer to assess you. But tomorrow, yeah, KL will be missed. But Ishan, I think for me, will be the guy who will be playing.
Even I think so. And the second player, that is Shaheen Shafridi. Recently, we have got some injury scares of him not being available for this game. But I must tell you, rumors keeping aside, he's completely fit. He was training today in the nets. He was bowling with full flow. How big a relief rather is it for the Pakistan fans that Shaheen Shafridi is fit, especially for this blockbuster game versus India?
I mean, he's such a gun bowler, man. He picks you wickets at the start of the innings. I mean, that's where your big batsmen are there in any teams nowadays, right? We saw him in the 100 and the blast where he was playing. He was picking up 2-3 wickets in the opening overs itself, man. I think 4 in one of the games. So his threat with the new ball is always there. I mean, you play him out with the new ball, I think it will get easier for you because Shaheen's pattern, if you see, once he gets that opening wicket, he's charged up. You feel like every ball is gonna get you a wicket, but he doesn't get that wicket couple of overs there. Even if he's economical, 2-3 overs, you see him strive a little bit hard, go down the leg side, ball a few short ones, ball a few short and wide, which he gets punished. So you need to frustrate him a little bit. That's when you will get those easy ones. You can say freebies. So opening spell of Shaheen highly vital for Pakistan team, but he's fit. That's something good. If you're a Pakistani fan, you will love to see him all guns blazing, especially against India. And as a cricket fan, man, you want to see the best players against each other, right? You don't want an excuse saying XYZ wasn't there, that's why they won, and all those things. Let the best of the
Yeah,
best play among themselves. Then let's see who's the winner, man.
correct, and absolutely. And I would want to look into this as Shaheen Shafridi's first 2 overs, especially the first 2 overs, are absolutely crucial. After that, he may slow down a little bit, he may cost you a few runs. But those 2 overs, he will be in full flow, he will be in all guns blazing. And if you give him a breakthrough, he will go more all guns blazing. And then if you're giving an early breakthrough, you have King Kohli coming in early, which you don't want to see. But still, that creates more threat. He will be more dangerous. I think this will be very important for the likes of hopefully Shubman Gill and Rohit Sharma opening together. Very important for these two to stay together and play seam out in the first couple of overs, and then we'll see what happens. And this is what I think, and I hope you are thinking the same. And as we're talking about the Pacers, what is going to be these three Pacers for both the sides? The pace trio of both of them. First, we'll talk about Pakistan, then we'll come to our team. We talk about Shine Shah. Second, I will say is Naseem Shah. He is sharing the new ball with Shine Shafridi. How important is he from the other end with the new ball?
Another gun bowler, man. I think we saw in the Asia Cup, right, against India, where India was it? Yeah, where he got those wickets. He was hurt. I think his knee was hurt or something. He still came in and bowled, right?
Yeah, still bowling.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, he can bat also nowadays, man. Let's not forget his batting. That's the only difference I see among their bowlers and our bowlers, man. The batting abilities. Okay, jokes aside, but the bowling, Naseem is come of age, I'll say. When he debuted, I felt he was thrown in too early. But I think his control has improved a lot, especially with the new ball. He used to spray down the leg side a little, but that outswinger nowadays is on the money, man. He has got best of the best openers of current era who are playing, who are gun players themselves. He's troubled them all. Against India, again, these guys will be charged up. He's a proper complement to someone like a Shaheen, equally threatening. So, someone again to watch out for.
Yeah, and the first change definitely is going to be a first change, bowling 1 or 2 overs in the power play. Hari's Rauf, somebody who doesn't go much into swing bowling, but raw pace. How big a threat will be he be in case he gets 1 or 2 breakthroughs early on before he comes into the attack? Bowling short versus somebody who has been troubled a lot in the short ball, Shreya Shayar. If he gets him in the crease, how many short balls do you expect, and how dangerous will he be in that moment if he gets somebody like Shreya Shayar in front of him?
See, Harris, again, from the story that we all know, I mean, where he was and how he has come up there, that shows the guy's willpower, man. I mean, he never gave up, he kept trying. I think that's where you see that good hard lengths that he balls nowadays, back of a length. He also does get movement. He also has a good slow one that you mentioned, off pace deliveries. But importantly, among all these guys, he gets a lot of bounce naturally. Shaheen pitches it up, Masim gets pitches it up. But this guy, as you said, can ball a good short ball also. With regards to Shreyas there, and we have had a lot of these guys, Shreyas being one, Suresh Raina, and all these people target them with the short stuff and all these things. But let's be honest, technically, if the ball is coming onto you at equal pace, whether it's pitched up or at short height, you can play it. It's only when it's like a two pace, spongy bounce, you don't know whether to duck underneath or go for the pull or a hook. I think that's where these guys used to get in trouble. Same with Shreyas. You never know if the pace of the pitch is consistent, his pull shot or he'll back away and try to slash it over the backward point area. I think that will be his shot. But if it's too paced, that's when the pull shot will not be in control. Two fielders will be out at the leg side there, and that's where the trap will be set for these guys. So it's the nature of the pitch that will dictate these guys' game, is what I feel. Especially someone like a Shreyas, not just if it's a Harris Rauf or a Naseem Shah bowling to him. It's how well he can play with the given conditions, his shot selection.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking into the other trio, we have discussed how important is Jasprit Bumrah for us. Mohammad Siraj has been in top notch in the white ball format. Him, do you see? I'll straight away go to the point. Among the three, who is sharing the new ball, like from both ends, who is starting the proceedings?
That's a good question. I think we have another option as well. As I said, Hardik also can do the job as a surprise moment. If I am what do you call opposition, I'll be more scared if it's Siraj with Jussi, right? I mean,
Correct,
Siraj, as you
yeah.
said, has been your gun bowler for the last couple of years. He has improved a lot, especially white ball skills. He has developed that good three-quarter seam kind of in dipper that he balls to get the LBW bolts, but has always had a very good outswing. New ball, Mohammad Siraj will be the guy because India generally had this tendency, even Jassi didn't pick up wickets, especially in the power play. But Siraj was the guy who started getting India wickets in the power play. So that will be very useful if Siraj can give you that initial breakthroughs, so that someone like a Bumrah and the rest of the bowlers can build on that to put that little extra pressure on the opponent, keep getting those wickets regularly. So Siraj's opening spell, just like what Shine is for Pakistan, I think Siraj will be the guide for India to get those early breakthroughs.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said about these three pacers, along with that, we have a fourth seamer as well, bowling. We have a fan question already out here regarding that play. That is, with the grounds big in Sri Lanka, Hardik and India can use the short ball tactics against Pakistan. Absolutely nailed down point, I would say, from this fan, saying that Gurpal Singh ji saying that Sri Lanka grounds are huge. Spinners will love it because they can flight the ball as much as they can. Even the short ball ploy can definitely come into action. How important is Hardik Pandya? Not just Hardik, even all the pacers, short ball bowling bouncers. that can definitely come into contention. Do you see that?
Definitely. I'll add one more guy who isn't in this frame right now. Shardul Thakur. He also loves to bowl the short stuff, and he uses
Yeah.
the cross seam a lot more. So that will make the pace of the ball too paced again coming onto the batsman. So you never know what pace the ball is coming, and you can't control your pull shots. Shardul is also a very good smart bowler on such kind of wickets. He can get you those short ball wickets, as Gurpal Paji said here. He's also one guy who can use that tactic pretty well along with Hardik.
Yeah, absolutely. If Shardul plays, that's a big important question. Agar Shardul khelta hai, tab, because I don't see Shardul playing tomorrow, but still, captain has mentioned before in the press conference they're looking into Akshar Patel or Shardul being there into the number 8, adding more depth into the batting. So ये तो
Yeah.
हम लोग कल को ही दिखेगा क्या हो सकता है. But we proceed. We proceed to the business end of this live show. That is, we go on to the playing 11 of Pakistan. Short and crisp. This is the playing 11 that played yesterday, or I would say versus Nepal day before yesterday. Do you see any changes, Rohan, or is it a set playing 11 that is going to play throughout the tournament?
I think we just said now they are looking very settled unit. I don't think they want to change a lot, man, unless there are injuries or anything. This will be the 11 that I think they'll play a lot more often during this Asia Cup and the World Cup also. I think for me, this is the 11 that will work for them.
Yeah. Okay. No, no, no time wasting out here. Absolutely nailed down. Even I don't see any changes for Pakistan until unless number 5, Agha Salman, hasn't been looking good in the white ball format with the bat, but he offers that off spin. So that double role can definitely keep him in the 11. Like we have seen that they have options as well, like Safai Ashraf and everybody in the team as well. But going on to our playing 11, where you have said yours and I have said mine. Um, this is the playing 11 we have in picture. Let's go on to yours. We have fan question once again. We'll come to that. Your playing 11 is Rohit Sharma opening with Ishan Kishan, and the batting order, if every single player going one step down. Shubman Gill at 3, Virat Kohli at 4. I'll stop here. The top 4 with Shubman Gill at 3. Do you see him succeeding in that 3? And do you see Virat Kohli sacrificing his number 3 position?
See, why I made this was since Rahul is unavailable. So what I wanted was just like what you said, Napritam. I don't want the opponent also to know what our batting order is. The team should know it, right? Or else they'll come prepared with different strategies and plan. So if you know what's going to happen and I have this flexibility, why I'm putting Ishan in there is to give a left and right combination just to disrupt Pakistani opening bowlers line and length. That's it. He may succeed or not is a different thing, right? But we at least want to give that opportunity how it's gonna come. Shubman, because he's been your gun opener. I mean, I'm 99% sure tomorrow Rohit and Gill may themselves open, right? But I'm just giving this option just to disrupt Pakistan. That's it. It's less throwing a spanner in there, man. Let's see what's gonna
Yeah.
happen. Just to catch Pakistan off guard. It may not necessarily happen. And doing that, what happens is you are shielding someone like a Virat at 4 from the new ball. In case as Shaheen strike happens, you have Virat at number 4 just to give that solidity. I think that's the only reason I'm trying to shield him. Or else Virat Kohli is your number 3, the greatest number 3 India has produced. Put him in there. I mean, that's where Virat is also
Yeah.
comfortable. I'm just giving this option where you can play around with Rahul being unavailable, having this kind of a permutation combination leading into the coming games in case this kind of situation arises.
I'll also add to one of your points. I think you have definitely thought of this making the playing 11. Ishan Kishan opening agar kare, then you give a right
Hmm.
and left hand combination. Jahan, I think having a left hander, Shaheen Shafridi becomes a less threat because
Yeah.
righty होने से वो बॉल अंदर लाते हैं and he's more dangerous. I don't see this being a bad move. लेकिन the only thing I'm seeing is if Ishan Kishan opens, then you have 2, 3, 4, 5 who are not regular in those positions. And इसके वजह से I'm tempted. I want Ishan Kishan to open because he's the best in the opening slot. But फिर भी if Ishan Kishan opens with Rohit Sharma, the Mumbai Indians duo, I wouldn't mind that at all. I would want to see Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer taking down the spinners. But before we proceed to the following players in your playing 11 and my playing 11, here comes a question from one of the fans: is that what are the key matchups you're looking forward to? I will, as we are talking about India, I would want Indian bowlers versus Pakistan batsmen. What are the Indian bowlers you're expecting versus Pakistan batsmen matchups? दो बताइए, हम एक बताएंगे तब.
Okay, for me, the number one matchup which I am keenly looking into will be Kuldeep versus Babar Azam. Kuldeep has gone under the radar because of all this hype with Jassi coming in and all these things. But Kuldeep, last few months, even in the West Indies or prior to that, he has really improved his white ball skills. I mean, he's putting more body into it. We're seeing the results there. Quicker spin off the surface, and we all remember the last time 2019 World Cup, he bowled that beautiful ball of the World Cup to get Babar out, man. So Kuldeep, in these conditions, again, as one of the viewers pointed out, bigger grounds, he can flight it a little more, he'll get more purchase. So someone like a Babar will be tested against someone like Kuldeep's variations, especially. I think that'll be one huge matchup for me. Second will be a guy who is always on the go for Pakistan. That is Mohammad Rizwan. Mohammad Rizwan is another key guy. So if someone like Jasprit Bumrah or Hardik Pandya can bowl those short ones at him, if you can break Babar and Rizwan out now, I think Pakistani batting order is not as strong. I think Nepal almost exposed them, right? Iftikhar and all can
Yeah,
score against
if that bowler
lesser
had
known
caught
Nepali
the catch
bowlers.
of Babar Azam, then things would have
Yeah,
been
yeah,
different.
that was a huge turning point again. But if India can get Pakistani big guns out cheaply, I think that will be a huge setback for Pakistan to recover from. I mean, I know there's a guy called Fakar Zaman at the top, and his bashing in the Champions Trophy, it keeps getting highlighted. But you can at least keep him quiet. You just come round the wicket, ball into his body, kind of gets cramped up. A good guy like Bumrah or Shami can do that to him, or will be a natural variation in Siraj just angling across the left hander, get him nicked through the keeper or first slip. I think that will be the go-to theory for Fakhar Zaman. I think this will be the matchups that I'll be looking for as an Indian bowler.
Yeah, and Fakhar Zaman, as you mentioned, he has a long bat lift. So if you have a bowler coming wide angle and bowling and outside the off stump or getting that angle across, he can definitely give you an edge in the first or the second slip. We'll proceed things. A very, very important update has been mentioned from one of the fans. It is that Pakistan ये क्यों कर रहे पता नहीं क्यों, but they have already announced the playing 11. They have announced the
Good.
same playing 11 जो हम लोग screen पे दे रहे हैं. नेपाल के साथ भी they have announced the playing 11 a day before. India के साथ भी वो लोग same कर रहे हैं. Not surprised because they have a set 11 फिर भी. What is
I'll tell you
happening
where
with
this
Pakistan? They
thought process
announced
came
it.
from, Prism. You know, they had
Is it from England?
what was he? Batting consultant last World Cup. I think still they're commentating. The big Matthew Hayden, the Australian philosophy.
Matthew Eden?
That's where it's coming from. Right? They like to show off a lot more that they're confident and all those things, right? So you can do that. I mean, all those are a gamesmanship that people, nowadays it comes through. But end of the day, whichever 11 you announce it or at that spot of time, you need to play well, man. Right? And you doing this, you think from the opposition.
Absolutely.
You know to plan against whom and what. So you're giving an opportunity to the opposition also to come better prepared. You can say. I think that's where India, you can say, are hiding their cards close to their hearts. You can say. But Pakistan, good for them. If you're a fan and they're confident with their 11, go ahead. Good luck with it.
Okay, and as you were saying about Babar versus Kuldeep, one of the fans is mentioning a show I want to see, a matchup I want to see. That's Bumrah versus Fakhar Zaman. I want that revenge of the no ball. I want to see वो no
Bumrah,
ball
no
का
ball.
बदला लिया जाए. Jasprit Bumrah, and I'm absolutely sticking to Gurpal Singh Ji's comment out here. I have the same predictions. I want to see Bumrah versus Fakhar Zaman. What's your third? What's your third and final matchup from Indian bowlers versus Pakistan batsmen?
I actually wanted to say that, but rather than winning that small battle tomorrow, let's wait for it in the final, man. Bring Fakhar Zaman with whatever you can, man. we'll get you, man, is what the West Indies would say it. So Bumrah versus Fakar during the bigger games is what I want him to strike and make it more memorable than in a league phase game, which may not be as big.
Okay, and आपका तीसरा matchup India bowler versus Pakistan batsman.
That's what I told now. Kuldeep and Babar, Hardik or Shami versus Rizwan, and Faka versus
Okay, okay.
the new Bob.
I missed out Hardik Shami versus Rizwan. Yeah, this is another very interesting. I'm surprised that you didn't mention Siraj with anybody, but not to take it away. One of
No,
the
that's
fans
what
has already
Siraj
mentioned.
or Siraj versus Fakar is what I said. Angle it across him to get the edge.
Okay. Okay, so this fan has got with Siraj versus Imamul Haq. Imam has been in very good form. Imam has been in really good form. We hope he goes to the law of average tomorrow in case we have a game.
Yeah.
But Siraj versus Imam, really good battle. It's going to be taking the angle across both the left-handed openers, because even Pakistan has that problem. If you look closely into their playing 11, they do not have a left-handed batsman after the openers. सीधा आप जाएंगे नंबर 7 पे, जैसे हम लोग के जड्डू है, वैसे आप लोग के नवाज है.
Mm.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you do not have a left-handed batsman. India has an advantage if they play Ishan Kishan at number 4 or 5.
Yeah.
India has an advantage having an extra left-handed batsman in the middle order. I would love to see that. Iftikhar versus Ravindra Jadeja, how a bigger battle are you looking forward to this one?
Huge. I mean, Jaddu again, smart guy. He knows how to target the stumps. I mean, he'll be wicket to wicket straight there. He'll various pace a little bit here and there just to keep the batsman guessing. I mean, under MS, Jaddu has improved way beyond expectations as a bowler. Man, his skill set, especially bowling red ball cricket, has helped him in his white ball comeback. To be honest, I mean, in between due to injuries and all, and the Kulchak factor that was going on there, Jaddu's red ball skills and his all-round ability got him into the ODI team, and from then on, I think it was 2018 Asia Cup. Once Jaddu came in there, I think he's grown immensely, especially as a batter, finisher, lower down the order. I think Jaddu's value is never realized to its potential, but he's your, along with Hardik, people may say as an all-rounder, but Jaddu is the real guy who is giving that flexibility as a fifth and sixth, especially Asia conditions. He'll be your gun bowler as well as a fielder, man.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a three-dimensional player. Fielder तो लाजवाब है. Playing 11 हम लोग दोनों अपने अपने दे दिए. देखेंगे कल क्या होता है. But good thing is that both have more or less gone the same playing 11. It's just batting order is here and there. Only thing is that you have gone with Shardul or Akshar Patel. I think that's according to the conditions. So
Yeah.
you've gone with Akshar or Shardul according to overcast condition. If it's overcast, you're playing
Yeah.
probably Shardul. If it's not, then you're playing Akshar, or maybe you may tend to think of Shami as well later on. It's going to be a late decision if you are Rohit Sharma. We'll
Yeah.
proceed with this. I think that is the end of our slideshows. We'll see if there is any questions from any fans, and there it is. There is one question, the one final question. We're going to definitely take this into account. That is, problem with Fakar. He's not stable. He has long backlip, just like I was saying. He bends while playing the ball. That's why while driving pitch delivery, he don't stand tall and try to hit without much footwork. Yes, he is that kind of a player that reminds me of Virendra Sehwag. ज़्यादा footwork नहीं है, सीधा बल्ले पे खेलेंगे, but that long backlip will definitely be a problem. Even be good for him to get extra power from the bottom hand. फखर जमान कल एक शॉर्ट प्रेडिक्शन दे दीजिए, कितना करेंगे? Below 25 or ज्यादा than 25?
As an Indian, you don't want any of these guys to score, man. So below 25, you're again.
ओके, चलिए, जैसे हम लोग बात कर रहे थे, फैंस को भी क्वेश्चंस आगे स्कोर प्रेडिक्शंस. चलिए, I will give you the names, you give your score predictions. Babar Azam versus Virat Kohli, who's going to score more?
Who's going to score? I mean, more, or what do you want? Who's going to score more?
Oh, whatever you want. Do you want a century? Go with a century. But who's going to score more?
You know the funny thing, Pritham, last few games that you brought up, whoever among these two has been the top scorer, now that team has won.
Yeah.
That's a pattern you can observe. So if you are Indian, you definitely want Virat to score, man.
Absolutely. And second thing is captains. We have already spoken about Babar Azam. Rohit Sharma versus Mohammad Rizwan. These two very underrated cricketers and very responsible. Uh, दोनों में से ज़्यादा edge किसको लग रहा है who is going to score more, or you think both are equivalent?
Rizwan has a little bit of edge because batting at number 4, थोड़ा field भी खुला रहेगा, it'll be easy for him. Whereas Rohit has to face someone like a Shaheen and Naseem to start with. But we know कि हिटमैन जब वो फेज से गुजर जाएगा ना, तो रिजवान क्या 2-3 लोगों का साथ भी मिल जाए तो कोई उसको मैच भी नहीं कर सकता है. So again, we want all these runs to be saved for the big games, man. Rather than just tomorrow, just give that brief, एक ट्रेलर दिखा दो कल, पर बड़े मैच के लिए धमाका रख दो.
Okay, and last but not the least, if you're playing a Dream 11 fantasy tips, whom should you captain and vice captain? I am thinking of Hardik Pandya being my captain, and maybe probably Shadab Khan or Ravindra Jadeja my vice captain. What's yours?
I'll keep a keen eye on someone like Harris Rothman. He keeps getting you those wickets at any time of the day. As a vice captain, I feel captain again, since it's India Pakistan, go for the big man Virat Kohli.
Oh my God! No ifs and buts. Straight away, Virat Kohli. Last final question. Hopefully, that is it's to you directly. It is. Are you going to go for any ball match somewhere outside?
No, ma. With a little one here, definitely not going anywhere. We are watching it here.
We'll sit in front of the TV screens and definitely share for our country. Thank you so much, Rohan. With that, we are about to end our live show. Thank you so much, Rohan, for once again coming to this live show. Thank you so much, each and every one of
Thank you
you
so much
who
for
has been
inviting.
part of this live show in the comment section, who is going to watch it again. Don't forget, if you're watching it again or watching it after this live show, don't forget to give your questions in the comment section, because we will definitely give you replies. We will definitely answer to your questions and keep you posted. Till then, thank you so much once again. Thank you, Rohan. Hope Team India wins tomorrow and we have a full game. And nothing better than that will give you us a good feeling. Thank you so much, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe to the Fifth Umpire and the Direct Hit to get more updates going forward. Till then, thank you so much and bye bye. Thank you, Rohan.
Thank you.